What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. I don't care about Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. They're fighting. They're going to make their payday, and hey, that's their thing. But I want you to hear something because you always have people that just talk and say a bunch of nonsense, but they don't pay attention to what's been said and done, and they jump the gun and they try to bury things that they know expose the people that they cheer for and idol worship and all of that nonsense. I want to play some clips for you because I want you guys to hear something. It's a complete 360. It's not a freaking, oh, I changed my mind because I see things different. I've grown in life. No, it's just lies and buffoonery. Now, this is from a year ago. I want you to hear what Tyson Fury says about money. Okay, material shit. This is his words. This is why I tell people, you're not arguing with Aries. You're not disputing with Aries. You're not debating with Aries. You're arguing, debating, and disputing the very people you cheer for because they're hypocrites and they're liars, just like you are. That's why you get offended and get angry at the truth. Okay? I would like to know that I'm right. Even if the truth would hurt, I would like to know that what the truth is. Okay? If I'm right, it's because I know the facts, not because I'm thinking or assuming. So facts don't mean anything to liars, okay? I want you to hear Tyson Fury's words. This is from a year ago.
It's been a fantastic career, and I'm 34 in a minute. Every good dog has its day, and I know Frank will be unhappy about that and talking top rank, but, there's a lot of money to be earned, but for me, I come from fuck all, I come from nothing. It's never been about money. I'm not a money person. I drive around in a 07 Passat on 56 plate diesel. I don't care. Don't care what I've got. It's never been about money to me. I know a lot of people with money, big money, but none of them are happy. Not one of them. And I know money can't make happiness. It's not even been about belts for me. It's not been about legacies. It's not been about anything apart from punching a motherfucker's face right in on the night. That's all it's ever been about. Excuse the language. All I ever want to do is win. The money aside, money's beautiful, great. It's great to be paid for what you do. I enjoy boxing, I was good at it, and I've been paid for it, but it's not the be-all and end-all of anything. I could end up in a council flat at any time, don't worry about that. So, it is what it is, and will it change me as a person? No. Do I need a mansion and a Rolls Royce? I don't. I've got them, but I don't need them. But it doesn't make you as a man. A man is what you are in here. And if you're a good person in here, and you've got fuck all, you'll do for me. But if you're a millionaire and you're horrible, I don't want to know you. Because I've only got time for good people.
Now, he said all of that, but the contradictions are even within what he said. But you're going to hear something else that's very, very similar. And then I'm going to let you guys hear him shoot himself right in the foot. In fact, right in the face. Okay? When people say, I don't need this, I don't need that. Well, I have them, but I don't need them. Okay. Comparison. I have like 5, 6, maybe more pair of headphones and earbuds. It's not that I needed them, I wanted them. Okay? But I have them for different reasons. But I wanted them. Not so much needed. Okay? At the same time, right? He's saying he don't need, but I have them. I don't have it to flaunt. That's not going to feed my family. It's just something that I use when I want to work out of. I want to listen to music. Some of them I don't work out in. It's just for listening only. Okay, some of them, they vary for different. Like I said, I have them for different reasons. Okay, water resistant, sweat resistant, all that. Different reasons. Longer battery life, more comfortability. I can do this. I can, hit the speed bag, hit the heavy bag. I can shadow box, do whatever, and they won't come out my ears. I can jump rope, all that. So different reasons, okay? They serve a purpose. It's not to stroke my ego and no shit like that. But when you say, I got these things, but I don't need them. Well, we're a 5-car family. We have reasons that we have 5 vehicles. Do we necessarily need 5? Yes and no. Okay, yes or no? But at the same time, when you have the kind of money where you just buy shit just because you can afford it, it serves no real purpose, right? He's acknowledging that. I don't need it, but I have them. I don't need a mansion, but I have them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you say you don't care about the money, if you didn't have that kind of money, you wouldn't have a mansion. You wouldn't have all the expensive things that only a rich salary could buy. Do you understand? So that's hypocritical right there, because this is a career. Otherwise, if all it was about was punching somebody in the face, you could have just, you always claiming you a street fighter, you a tough man fighter, right? All this bare knuckle shit, you could have just did that. You could have just did that. So if you don't care about the money, and you never cared about the money, what's the purpose of fighting and being selective with only trying to fight certain people? You know, you just take all comers, right? You fight all your top five, you fight all your mandatories, you fight all champ, no. So if it's just about winning and fighting meant nothing, you wouldn't care about the drop in salary that you'd have if you was just doing bare knuckle, right? And that's the cloth you claim you were cut from. Just saying. Y'all heard his words, right? Now check this out.
The money doesn't mean that much to you.
Nah, listen, I know loads of it. I know billionaires and I know millionaires and I know people who ain't got all. And the most unhappy people are the richest ones. That's a fact. That's true. So all you people out there, yeah, listen to that. I've got billionaire mates and they're very unhappy. They're never happy. If they found 100 grand on the floor, they wouldn't make them happy. They'd be looking for the next one. Because enough is never enough. They're always chasing more. And no matter what they achieve, they're always trying to go again and try and make more. But for me, I'm happy. I'd be happy if I lived in a council flat up there in a tower block. I don't really care. Because I don't need a flash house or a flash car for someone to like me. If they don't like me, then f*** them.
The money doesn't mean that much to you.
Tyson Fury just described himself. All this thing about it's never enough. They're chasing more. They're chasing more. He claims he's happy. He's saying that they're not happy. I do agree. I know a lot of people. I know some rich folks myself. Yeah, and they're not happy. I agree with him on that 100%. But he is basically describing himself. And he's going to contradict everything he just said in his next clip, right? So when you're saying they always want more, I don't care about money. If people don't like me because I don't have money or because I don't have the biggest house and screw you and all that, right? Well, how do you go from saying all that and the money means nothing to you, you don't care about money, it was never about the money. How do you go from saying that to saying this right here?
Back into boxing, I said I wanted to make as much money as possible. That's what I said to my lawyer. I didn't come back this time for belts or titles or anything. I come back to secure my family and their kids and their grandkids, and I've done it. I've done it.
This is the reason why this fight in particular.
No, this is the reason. The reason why I'm even boxing anymore when they come back. One, to regain the belts, which I've done, and two, more than that, is get the biggest bags possible.
So you're fighting strictly for money.
Yep.
There's going to be contenders out there who are fighting for love, desire,
exactly.
all that.
And I have no interest in fighting those guys.
Because
I'm bigger than all of them. I'm a superstar, they're nobodies. And yeah, I'm happy and they're not. I have everything that they want.
Now, this man sat here, and this video is from 4 hours ago. This is him in preparation. He's getting ready to fight in Ghana. Okay, his circus show. You heard what this man just said, right? He comes back to secure his kids, his grandkids, and all that. Yeah, he wants to make it sound like, oh, okay, yeah, I can understand that. He knows that people will feel like that. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, that makes sense. I said it from day one. You got to be a goddamn fool to come back to boxing or start boxing or whatever just to box, and you don't make money off of it. All of this greatest of all time talking all this shit, please. Yeah, they say all of that shit like it matters, but there's a whole lot of ex-fighters that's broke now. Can't even fucking afford to get dentures in their mouth or get their teeth fixed. Or, they look bad. They don't have nothing to show for it. But you got a slew of people that, oh, he was this, he was that, but got nothing. And when I say nothing to show for it, I don't mean, hey, look at what I got. I mean, can't live comfortably. Can't sit back and reap the benefits of what they should have sown through their career, right? This man just sat here and said, the money never meant anything to him. He never fought for the money. Y'all heard him. Y'all heard what he said. Then he comes back and says he came back to win titles. He did that. No, you came back and you won one title from Deontay Wilder, and you've been holding that belt hostage ever since. He sat here and said he has no interest in fighting the rest of these guys because they're nobodies. He's a bigger star than them. He has everything that they want. He also says in this video, look, the name of this video is Tyson Fury rules out Usyk Undisputed Showdown. When Aries was making these videos saying, going by his own words and actions, his body language, everything, he has no interest in fighting Usyk. He has no interest in fighting AJ. The excuses that he make is to try to play that I'm bigger than you. You know, that's what he tries to do. You heard what he just sat there and said. This is his words. And you don't see the contradictions that mean you all are liars just like him. It's as simple as that. Who the fuck doesn't know that they have a family to take care of and that, hey, just like the promoters, if you're not making money, we're not making money. If you're not making money, your family's not eating, right? So plain and simple, who doesn't know that? And to create generational wealth, and of course, then you need to be in there fighting, making big money, right? Well, he just sat here and told you he has no interest in fighting all these other guys because they're nobodies. You heard what he said. They're nobodies. So Francis Ngannou, he said he's going to pick him apart, knock him out. The guy gasses, he can punch, but he's not a fighter. He's not the Mile. He's admitting all of this, but people are so gullible and stupid that the sheep will watch it because it's Fury, right? His sheep will watch him because of who he is to them. But at the same time, this is a star power thing. Oh, because of Ngannou's star power in MMA. Be honest with you, man, I don't hear a bunch of people clamoring about this fight. I don't hear it. I mean, I see this shit and I'm understanding that I knew Fury was a hypocrite for the longest. And I'm understanding that it's an event that's happening. I won't be watching it. For sure. I have no interest in that fight. It just really amazes me, though, how this man can say one thing and completely say something different. Yet, nobody catches that. But y'all catch it if it's a fighter that you don't care about. Everything that they say, you jump all over it. This man right here, the same way y'all praising him, he praises Floyd Mayweather. He talks about how great Mayweather was in his career, and he was this and he was that, and Floyd is a mate. Yeah. Well, the difference, like I said, Floyd Mayweather did what he had to do. And when it became a money thing with him, Floyd was already late 30s and was on his way out to, this is my exit strategy. And he did what he did. He put all the work in. He ain't had no weak-ass resume. You know what the funny thing is, man? People are so salty about the truth. Like, in my community section, I put up, there's a photo, and it has Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo, Terrence Crawford, and it has the list of the amount of champions that they've beaten. So Floyd's number one on that list. You had people actually had the nerve to say, well, Guerrero was not a great champion. And who else did they say? Andre Berto. Okay. Well, neither was Amir Khan, but y'all wanted Floyd to fight him. And Pacquiao didn't fight Amir Khan either. And I think both of them stopped Amir Khan. Joshua Clottey wasn't a great fighter. Pacquiao fought him. Okay. Joshua Clottey beat Zab Judah. And if Zab Judah wins that fight, then it's Zab versus Manny instead of Joshua versus Manny. So, point is, though, Floyd already spanked that ass. Does it matter? No. No. Brandon Rios wasn't special. There was nothing special about him. He was a C-class fucking fighter. But Pacquiao fought him. We can go on and just name people that, bottom line, here's the difference. If we sat here and made a list of all the people Floyd fought, I bet you know pretty much all of them. Okay, now if you go early from the very first couple of fights up, might be some names that I don't remember this guy, whatever. Because you talking about when you're doing 4 rounders, then 6 rounds, right? But I'm talking just in general. I bet you remember more people on that list than on Pacquiao's list from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? I guarantee you, I can give you, because I already did it before. And nobody knew who the hell these fighters were for years up until he started getting to like the Eric Morales and people like that. But who were these people? And again, just saying, right? They want to make a knock on what somebody else did, but you want to know what's funny? They'll tell you how tough Brandon Rios was. Rios was this, Rios was that. Once they realize, oh shit, Pacquiao did fight that motherfucker. Oh, Joshua Clottey was a bum. Pacquiao fought him in Texas Stadium. Oh yeah, come to think about it, yeah, Clottey was good. Yeah, that's the shit they be on, right? And the reason I posted it wasn't even I didn't even put a caption on it. It was just to show what these guys have done. You know what's so funny? Nobody commented on Pacquiao's resume. They didn't comment on Crawford's resume. They didn't comment on Canelo's resume. That shows you how real the hate is. And you go in there and look, and I guarantee you, yeah, you can pick names and say, okay, well, this person wasn't this. It doesn't make a difference, does it? It's my point. They chose to comment on who? Floyd. Like I said, whether you're talking good or bad about him, you're talking about him. It goes to show you how irrelevant these other fighters are in comparison to him in your minds, because you don't find nothing to say about nobody else. And not to be funny, but if you go on Terrence Crawford's record and look at the champions he beaten, yeah, you definitely go, I don't even remember this dude. Oh, he was okay. Yeah, that guy was all right. That guy was right, but they didn't comment about nobody else except for Floyd. So that just shows you what I'm saying. Tyson Fury, he's a guy who, you know, he said he's not a businessman, right? Joshua's a businessman. I'm a boxer. I'm a fighter. That's what I have a promoter and a manager for. I'm a fighter. Now he's a businessman, right? And you heard this man with your own two ears go from saying the money means nothing to him and talking about how he knows billionaires and, you know, why you even feel the need to make a comparison about these people? Yeah, and I understand what he's saying. I agree with him. But you don't need to make a comparison about how miserable these people are. We're talking about you. So you went from saying that money means nothing and this and that, and you already have mansions and this and that, and you know, money and expenses, cars and all. Now you go from that to saying you came back to make money and that's all you care about. You don't care about titles. I came back to make as much money as I possibly can. And you heard what he said. I told my lawyers, I'm back here to make as much money as I possibly can. And to do that, first, let's not be stupid, people. He has to stay undefeated. That's to keep the interest there that he can go out and make the type of money he wants. You don't think he want to make $300 million like Floyd did? You don't think he wants to? Of course he wants to do that. $200 million in one night, $300 million in one. You do think he don't want to do that? And Floyd said, fuck 32. He was making like $70 million with everything because he keep 100% of the revenue of his money. And he said he was making like $70 million a fight. Okay? He went from 30, 32 was me. Okay? Y'all heard this for yourselves. I don't care about that money. I'm not bragging about what somebody have. I'm saying you don't think that Tyson Fury wants to be in that same position? Of course he does. Which is why the less you have, the more humble you appear to be. The more you have, your ego starts kicking in. And you hear him saying, has the money changed me? Absolutely not. Yeah, it seemed like it did. Something changed you if it wasn't the money. And now all of a sudden you see the importance of money that you didn't see. It's not like he was some 17-year-old just coming in the box. No, this is a grown-ass 30-plus-year-old man. So, you know, the fact of the matter is, nobody gets in the boxing just to fucking box. That's bullshit. Oh, I just want to box. I don't care if I get paid or not. I don't care about that. I just want to punch people in the face. Okay, right? Nah, that's bullshit. And Tyson Fury went from saying the money means nothing to him. You know, I don't care about the money and all that. It means nothing. Then he said the belts don't make him and all that. He went from wanting to do that. Then he came back and said he wanted to get the titles. Every time he opens his mouth to speak, he changes his story. And we're not going to sit here and blame this on no bipolar disorder. The dude is just a habitual liar, man. Let's just say it like it is. He went from talking about how the riches don't mean nothing to saying that's all he fights for. So when he tells his attorney he want to make the most money possible, you know, what you think he's saying? You know, point blank, the dude talking about how now all of a sudden that's all he fight for is money, right? So you know, yeah, he said out of his mouth, listen to his own words, I told my attorneys, all right, I told my lawyer I want to make as much money as possible. So yeah, when that man when we say he was moving the goalpost against AJ because he really didn't want to fight AJ, this was all about perception. Let me talk shit. let me, AJ's not in the best situation right now. So I got room, the ball is in my court. He got to play by my rules. I'm going to make it look like I want to fight him. And every time it look like anytime it look like he's getting close to saying yes, or he showing he want to fight, I'll move the goalpost. Yeah, and once the fight doesn't happen, so he realized AJ wasn't going to walk away. Then all of a sudden he starts with this deadline bullshit, deadline, and then all of a sudden you don't want the fight. No, he would have kept it. Would have been one loophole after another. And for him to even say he was so disappointed that he didn't get the AJ fight, stop, man. I told y'all, this man think that he's some giant star. Now you hear it come out of his own mouth, right? So when Aries says it, Aries hating. Fuck y'all anyway, but Aries is hating. But when he says it out of his own mouth, you find a way to justify it. No, he's telling you, stupid, the same thing that I've been saying. He thinks that he's bigger than boxing. He's telling himself he's some giant star. Let's just be real. How many people is talking about fucking Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou? Nobody gives a fuck about this fight. Diehard Francis Ngannou fans, diehard Fury fans, fighters in general, fight fans, and who cares? Nobody's talking about this fucking bullshit fight. Plain and simple, right? So at the end of the day, when he says he's telling his attorney that, why do you think he's telling his lawyer that? Yeah, you help me direct myself to where I don't put my foot in my mouth. All I want is the biggest fights. When you get to the point where you're offering guys fights and everything has to be some weird ass overnight stipulation, like take it or leave it, just, okay, it has to be done now, it has to be signed by tomorrow. No. And like I told you, once Usyk, accepted his bullshit deal, you're not a smart man. I gave you a garbage deal and you took it. You're not a smart man. No, he didn't want. Okay? He did not want to fight Usyk. And he basically did everything in his power to make Usyk say, nah, fuck this. Which is exactly what it wound up coming to, because now that Usyk accepted his bullshit deals and he letting the world know, okay, Usyk accepted. But that he wants to come with something else. It's like, nah, Usyk got sick of that shit. Same shit George Kambosos did to Devin Haney. And that's why he was showing so much hatred. I'm going to beat this guy. No, you know what that meant? I can't believe this motherfucker, man. I gave this motherfucker an offer that he had to refuse, and this motherfucker accepted it. We got to fight in Australia both times. I get the lion's share of the money, win, lose, or draw, both times. Who you know gonna take some crackhead deal like that, right? That's how you look at the shit. And all of a sudden, Haney was like, I got you. I'll accept it. I'll take you up on that offer. And look at what happened. Look at what happened. So even though Haney, and this is something that people will bury, even though Haney was victorious in both fights, easy, he still took the lion's share of the money and fought under bullshit stipulations. George Kambosos took the lion's share of the money. I mean, here you are the champion, going into a rematch, still making less money. And people tried to pump George Kambosos up like he was some huge star, like he's Mr. Popular. No, that wasn't the case. Now, if Devin Haney was to actually give stipulations in the fight that people thought was unfair, you know what? The people that don't like Devin Haney will never look over their shoulder and say, but wait, you can't complain, because when George Kambosos did that shit to him, we made excuses for George Kambosos, right? So we can't crucify Devin Haney for doing whatever he's doing, right? No, they wouldn't think like that. They wouldn't think like that. So point blank, a man go from saying the money doesn't make me, I don't care about the money, I don't care about mansions and cars, or even though I have them, yeah, but I don't care about them, but I have them. I mean, goddamn, so you didn't need a mansion, but you just went and bought one just because I don't need it, and I don't care about it, it means nothing to me. You know what that's like? That's like you catch your woman in the bed with another man, and she jump up, baby, it's not what you think, baby, this means nothing. This means nothing to me. She wouldn't be saying that if you didn't catch her, right? She'd still be in there humping and doing what the fuck she was doing, right? So, right. That's what that would be. It means nothing to me. Then why the fuck are you doing it? It obviously meant something, right? You didn't just go to sleep, wake up, and you just woke up, yeah, on top of somebody or whatever, right? Nah. No, you planned that, you did that, you carried it out. You're doing what you wanted to do. So don't say it doesn't mean nothing. You understand what I mean? Now, for Tyson Fury to say all those things, just to end up saying, all I fight for is the money. I don't care about title belts, none of that. So when I tell you, this dude do not respect boxing, he's strictly about the money. He's holding that belt hostage, and he has not had a mandatory since he's had that belt. Y'all can say anything what y'all want to say. But at the end of the day, the dude is toxic, and he's not good for boxing. This dude has become nothing but a victim of, greed for money. And you heard it out of his own mouth. That's all he cares about and fight for. He said he came back for the money. Don't that make you know he was lying when he said he didn't come back for the money? In them other 2 previous videos? Like he said when he was supposed to fight AJ before, talking about, I don't care about the money. The money doesn't mean anything. No, before the AJ fight. This is when he came back from his, I was 300 pounds and gave a little speech. He talked about how the money doesn't make me. Titles don't make me. Right? He fight because he finds happiness in boxing and all this kind of shit. His story changes every fucking time. And this has nothing to do with no fucking bipolar. He's just a liar, bro. He is just a liar. And like I told you, he don't give a shit about his fucking fans, man. It's all about what he's putting in his bank account. And it always has been. He just knew how to hook you guys in. It's like a movie, right? They write the scripts for these characters. What is their job? To make you care about the character. So they put a character do certain things to make you feel for them. So as going through the movie is, you take that journey with them. And that's what Tyson Fury was trying to do. He threw the bait out and caught all y'all fish at the same time and reeled y'all all in. And y'all sitting here eating this shit up. This dude is full of shit. He's about himself. I've been saying for the longest, he's a fraud, he's a hypocrite, and a liar. He don't care nothing about his so-called boxing fans. He's about his bread. He don't care if you like what he's doing or not. And his own words, he lets you know he's selective with who he fights. He doesn't want to lose a fight. And he want to make it look like the only reason these fights did not happen is simply because these guys didn't want to fight him. Now, whether Mauricio Suleiman ever had conversations with the lawyer of Tyson Fury, or whether Mauricio just, hey, fuck it, Tyson, you the man, you do whatever you want. Because that motherfucker sat here and said Tyson Fury is the victim of the system of the times where people don't want to fight him. And actually he actually claimed Usyk and AJ and all these guys don't want to fight him. They're pricing themselves out, which is a fucking lie. All of them agreed to his bullshit terms. And this motherfucker kept moving the goalpost. It had nothing to do with them overpricing themselves. Who the fuck overpriced themselves then? The only one that put up a fucking fight for more money was Dillian White, and he won the fucking appeal. So what the fuck was Mauricio Suleiman talking about? No, he's in Tyson Fury's back pocket. It's as simple as that. So y'all just heard the videos of his own fucking contradicting lying ass mouth say one thing, repeat the same thing just to completely change his tune in the last one. Now, y'all heard it from his mouth. Aries ain't got to say nothing. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I'll catch y'all on the next video.